Okay, in this video, we're going to be fixing some faulty content in Trainz 2019. Let's take a look at some of these errors. It's really weird, but sometimes the built-in content becomes faulty. There's usually an easy way to fix this. First, let's see what's faulty. Okay, let's see. Looking at the list of dependencies to figure out which one is faulty. It might be something that's built in. Okay, let's see. Okay, it's installed. This appears to be a payware. And it says it has faulty dependencies. So let's see what dependencies those are. Oh, I just saw one. Okay. This is, looks like it was downloaded from the download station. Let's see, why is it faulty? The tag height in container 0 is not a valid integer value. Okay, let's see. This probably means that someone typed something incorrectly in the config file. So let's see. Let's see, where is the container? Oh, I see. Where it says width and height, that's supposed to be the width and height of the preview image, but I'm not sure why they typed it like this in here. That's really weird. It's supposed to be 240 by 180, so the width should be 240 and the height should be 180. So fixing that should solve the error message. Okay, it's not faulty anymore. But any other faulty dependencies in here? Man, there's so many dependencies. It could take me forever to go through here. Okay, searching. Man, I'm only in the letter V's right now. Okay. Oh wait, just saw one. Okay, crossing. Okay, faulty dependencies. It's always with the faulty dependencies. Okay, this is built in, and it has faulty dependencies. Okay, let's see. It's probably this. View errors and warning. The texture.txt file is missing for texture resource yellow corona.texture. This is a very common error. Let's see. Okay, let's see. How do I fix that? Oh, that's really easy actually. Okay, what I usually do is I copy the .texture file into a folder where I can easily locate it. This is a folder I created just for fixing faulty content. It makes it easier to find what I'm looking for. Then I'll open PevSoft images to TGA. Then click File, Open. Then I gotta locate the folder where it's located, which in this case it's in the desktop area. and it's called content fixing. Okay, and this is the file in question. Just open it. Okay, and then click save as. Just save it as the same thing. Then you can click out of that. Then copy the files that you just edited and paste them back in this folder. Then exit out of that and submit it. And it should be not faulty. Okay, now this is also faulty. Man, there's so many faulty stuff in this game. Okay, why is this faulty? Texture, again, missing textures. Okay. Copy. Man, this error is so annoying. It takes forever to fix it. Okay. Copy. Okay, these have faulty dependencies. How could something that's built in have faulty dependencies? Well, I mean, if it was modified, that could explain why. Okay, the concrete. I don't even really use this track. Okay, require container. Okay, textures missing textures. That's usually really easy to fix. One problem that I sometimes have with tracks being faulty is that the entire mesh is missing. There's literally nothing you can do to fix that. One thing you could do is try re-downloading it and hope that was the problem, but sometimes that won't fix it either, and the only thing you can do is look for another track to replace it. Still not sure how that's possible. Maybe the original creator just forgot to upload the mesh with the object. Okay. Copy. Any more textures? There are 2 more. Oops. This is a very painstaking process, and it's really annoying because sometimes when I download something, I have to spend additional hour upon hour just fixing the stuff before I can even use them. Like, I wish they could come up with some sort of engine in the game that guesses what the error is and what the solution is and automatically fixes it before the object is loaded or something. Copy. Okay, the track shouldn't be faulty anymore. Now, what else is faulty? All of this stuff. Okay, let's try. Oh, that's not an option. Okay, list dependencies. What could their faulty dependencies be? Okay, I'm a little bit confused by that. It looks like their dependencies are each other or something. Okay, hold on. Well, that's quite the conundrum. Sometimes something is faulty because its dependencies are faulty, but the dependencies are also each other. So then you have to figure out which one of the objects are faulty. That's making everything else faulty. And that's really frustrating sometimes. It's probably this. Look how many tabs I have open just trying to fix one object that's faulty, which is a root. Because before the root can work, you have to fix everything that's in the root that's faulty. And some roots have hundreds and maybe even thousands of dependencies. Okay, replace. Okay, some of these aren't faulty anymore. Oh wait, now this is saying it has faulty dependencies. What could those be? Alright, this one's missing textures. Ugh, crying out loud. Why don't they just make them .tga files instead of .texture files? That would solve the entire problem. Okay, black .texture. Text 01 .texture. Okay. Text 02 .texture. Alright, those are all the textures, so just copy them back. Oops. Okay, now this still has faulty dependencies. I probably have to fix every single one of these crossings before. Oh great, it's frozen. What just happened? Okay. Yeah, sometimes when you have a lot of pages open like this, it can slow it down a little bit. It looks like it's not responding right now. Ugh, oh man. Yeah, when it does that, it's time to close it, if it'll let me. Ah, great. Trainz 2019.x is not responding. Oh, great. Now I have to close all the windows and open them back up. Man, it's going to take me forever to find the thing that I was trying to fix earlier. You know what? Let's just move on to something else for now. Let's see if I can find something that would take less time to fix. Something other than a root, hopefully. I'll work on those later. Let's see. What are these? Do I even need these? Let's see. List dependence. Well, there's something that needs them. It looks like it's a Russian root. When did I download a Russian root? Alright, let's scroll a little bit further down the road. Okay, this is missing dependencies, and that's why it's faulty. Let's see if we can find the dependencies. Ugh, I hate this. Unknown asset. Okay, well, if something is missing for this reason, what you can do, and hopefully this works, copy this, and then press Control C. That'll copy the dependency to the clipboard. Then you can look it up on a website called Trainz Quid Index. The problem is they make you pay like I think it's $14 per year to access this website. I'm not even sure. Did mine expire yet? Ugh. Oh, great. Oh man, I don't think I remember my username for this. Let me see. What? Invalid? Alright, I guess I can't look up the Trainz code index right now. I can't remember my username or password for it. Alright, let's try something else that's faulty. I'll come back to that later. Okay. Let's see. Road Freeway 01. Texture's missing. Let's try reverting it to its original form. If it was built in and it's faulty, clicking on revert to original will usually fix it. However, revert to original doesn't seem to work for things that were downloaded, so if nothing happens, then it means that you actually have to edit it to fix it. Okay, copy. Yeah. Okay, it's not on the list anymore, so it's not faulty anymore. Most of the errors in this game are just missing textures, like the ones I already fixed. But there's one error that's really annoying. Let's see. This error is affecting all of the maglevs that I have installed in this game, like this one, and all of the Shinkansen 500 series. I don't know why, but so far it only seems to be affecting those two train cars. It looks like it's not faulty, but if you click preview asset, it won't even show up. And if it doesn't show up in preview asset, it won't show up in the game either. Explorer. Now, someone told me it might be an issue with the engine spec, so I'm going to try replacing the engine spec that comes with the game, that comes with a train, with, I guess, a TGV engine spec. But first I need to write down the QID number for the engine spec that I'm replacing so I know what I'm looking for. Okay, so the engine spec for the maglev is QID 2 37522. Man, I can never find a pen that works. 37522. Shoot, where are all my ink pens at? You know what? I'll just keep the page open so I can look for it. Okay, so new content window. Then I'm gonna search for the TGV engine spec as well. It's somewhere amongst all of these TGVs. Let's see. That's the interior. I think this is the engine spec. Let's see. Oh wait, no. That's the paint shed TGV. Okay, this one's probably the engine spec then. Show in Explorer. Let's see. Yeah, this is the engine spec. And the reason I know because under kind it says engine. Okay. So where is this? I'm gonna try to edit this to use the engine spec from the TGV. Okay, so engine spec. Okay, could -2, 5. 885. Okay, could table. Okay, good 2, 3, 7. Alright, this is probably it. Just replace that. And it's going to use the TGV engine spec instead. Interestingly, you can only download the maglev if you have Trainz 2012. It literally won't let you download from the download station if you're using any of the other versions of the game, like Trainz: A New Era or Trainz 2019. Okay, I've just been asked where do you get the New Jersey Transit content from? Okay, let's see. I usually download them from a website called Trainz Commuter Rail, but after they changed their website, I'm not entirely sure how to download from them anymore. It's really confusing. Okay, and there's something called downloads. Maybe if I click on that. Third-party downloads. What is this? Content available from members and friends who not official. That's weird. Do I have to join or something? Hold on. I could have sworn I was already registered on this. Let me try to... What? Incorrect username or password? Maybe it was this one. Okay, I guess that wasn't right either. Okay, I'm not sure how to download from this website right now after they changed it. But this used to be the name of the website where it's located. I'm not sure why they changed it or what the differences are, how to download from that website currently, sadly. Anyway, however, whenever I figured that out, I will report back with that answer. Okay. Just got a question saying, does Trainz 2004 stuff work? It depends. Sometimes they do work in the game without any errors, but sometimes they have to be repaired before they can work. Let's see. Oh, I actually got the maglev to work. It was a problem with the engine spec, so all I had to do is change the engine spec and it worked. That's good to know. Now I can finally use the maglevs on Trainz 2019. Let's try the Shinkansen then. Because none of these Shinkansen 500 series that I download have been working. Oh wow. When did I download these? I don't even remember downloading these. But they look cool. Okay, which ones weren't working in the game? Okay, I think the N700 was one that wasn't working. Oops, that's the wrong button. First, let's try previewing it. Okay, and it doesn't appear. But, open. If I change the engine spec from the one that it comes with to like the TGV engine spec, apparently that'll fix it. Oh yeah, the Trainz paint shed content, sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. If they don't work, then it's pretty difficult figuring out how to fix them. I'm not even really sure how to, the best way to describe it. But they use like a blank mesh of the locomotive that's been repainted as what they call an alias. And sometimes if you delete the alias, it'll work. But it's really complicated, actually. It's a lot more complicated than just repainting a locomotive that's on the download station. The way the paint shed works. But yeah, sometimes they do work in this game, but they have to be repaired first. Okay, let's see. What was I doing? Oh yeah, replacing the engine spec. Here we go. That's the engine spec for the TGV. Okay. 461 543 100 Alright, so this is the one that's the engine spec. Okay, replace it with the TGV engine spec and see if it works. Oh man, it works. I can't believe that was all I had to do to get it to work was just replace the engine spec. I'm not sure why that's a problem, why it works. All I know is it does work. There is a bit of an issue with this one's mesh though. In certain angles I can see the shadow over it. But I guess all I have to do is just not look at it from that angle. Okay, so another locomotive that's been giving me this problem was the... Where is it? It was a Shinkansen 500 series. Actually, it'll be further up the list than that. Actually, I think you have to look under JR500. Oh yeah, here they are. The Shinkansen that I've been trying for years to get to work in Trainz 2019. Yep, it doesn't appear, but apparently All I have to do is change the engine the engine spec, and it'll work. Let's see, engine spec. And let's see, 10537. Here we go. All right. It's taking a long time. Sometimes it takes a while to submit the object. When that happens, failed to submit changes to asset due to file access error. I remember the first time I saw this error, it was when I bought a game called Trainz Classics 1 and 2. This was a very frustrating error because when downloading something, you have to submit it before it can even be used. Oh, it already submitted it. That was interesting. But yeah, you couldn't use the object unless it had been submitted. But since it kept failing to do so, it would just show up as faulty and I couldn't use it. I actually stopped using that game because of that error, because it was just really frustrating. But yeah, it looks like this locomotive does work in Trainz 2019. Let's test it out in driver and see if it'll work. Trainz Classic was an earlier version of this game created after Trainz 2006. It was actually the first series of this game to use the cab cars, like the Metro North cab cars. Okay, this is the route where I had the Trainz Classic was actually a pretty horrible game. It wasn't backwards compatible with any of the content from the earlier versions of the game. That was weird. Did I just hear a Dutch railroad crossing? I don't remember putting one of those on this route. Wait, is this where I placed the Shinkansen? Because it's still not appearing. Hold on, let me see something. The strange thing is, it'll still appear in... Hold on. Oh, I did put a Dutch level crossing on this route. The weird thing is, it'll still appear in Surveyor, but it won't appear in Driver. And it's really annoying. Like, why does it work here, but not in Driver? So anyway, the one that I did fix... That's not it. Oddly enough, the one that was created for Trainz 2004 works in this game perfectly. Number 500. Okay, I think this is the one that I fixed. If not, it was not that one. Heck, the previews won't even load on these. Sometimes. Yeah, they'll appear for a split second and then just disappear. This preview loads, so it probably will work in Driver. Let's see that for a second. Oh, it does appear. Finally, I can get this train to work in Driver. I've been trying to do that for a long time. This means that I can now use them for my 2009 version of that American Shinkansen route that I built. Oh yeah, the cab works too. Wow. Well, now I know how to get these trains to work. So it looks like if you're having problems with a locomotive that won't appear in driver, all you have to do is try replacing the engine spec, preferably with one that's built into the game, and it should work. Just look for an engine spec that's similar to the locomotive that you're editing, and it should work. Let's see if I can find any other faulty stuff in this game. That shouldn't be a problem because most of the stuff up here is faulty. Let's go all the way to the bottom of the list. Okay. Yawnish T intersection L2 AS 3SI plus 3SH. Faulty. What's the reason? Asset has duplicate attached track at track 1. Oh yeah, that yeah, that's really weird. But if you attach a road to this intersection on the earlier versions of the game, you could the cars would actually drive from one road to the other when turning left rather than just disappearing, because it actually had attachment points. It had 2 attachment points for the invisible road that goes through it. But while it did work in the earlier versions of the game, the newer games aren't having any of that. They get confused when they have 2 invisible roads that are attached at the exact same location. So that probably won't work. Let's see. I'll probably have to delete one of the invisible roads to fix that. Okay, let's look for track 1. Attach track, road 0, road 1. Uh, 1B, A that road 0B. This is really confusing. I'm not really sure how attached tracks work at this point. Let's see. I'm guessing 0 is where the track starts. 1 is where it ends. And then 2 is attached somewhere else. I'm not really sure. I would need like a map of the attachment points to figure out how to fix this. I don't really use these intersections that much though. Okay, let's see if I can fix whatever this is. The asset has duplicate attached tracks at track 1. Man, I don't really know how to fix that error. Let's try something else. There's up here, I think this is a Russian train car. Oh, missing dependencies. I have a lot of Russian stuff that's missing dependencies. Okay, faulty. Xing ahead, W sign L. File Xing ahead, W sign dot texture is not a valid compiled texture. Yada yada yada. It basically just means the texture is missing. Has to be replaced with a TGA file. Alright, just copy this. What was I looking for? Okay. Okay. This is usually the reason why something's faulty in this game. Alright, that's no longer faulty. What's this? XBUE multiplayer test. Faulty dependencies. What could this be? And ultra trees, white oak. It has faulty dependencies. This is faulty. What? Okay. Is that a website? Trainz works. Shoot, can't find the website. Okay, hold on. Is this still submitting? Man, this takes forever. Ugh, the computer's being really slow right now. Okay. Let's see. The render plugin thread command, load asset mesh. Failed to load mesh. Could to. I've never heard of that error before, and I don't know how to fix that. That's weird. I think these trees work perfectly in Trainz a New Era. So for them to be faulty here is kind of weird. Excuse me. Okay, this was only faulty because it was missing something that can be downloaded from the download station. Okay, that's no longer faulty. Let's see. Oh. Oh, the locomotives from Steam Machine. What is it? Oh yeah, I've downloaded a lot of locomotives from that website. And a lot of them are faulty. I have managed to fix a lot of them though. Let's see. I'll try one. Hold on. Let's see where the downloads at. Okay, let's see. What's something I could try out? Okay. RGS locomotives. I'll try this and see what happens. RGS 20. Okay, input content. Oh, the list just got bigger. It looks like an image file failed to load or something. Okay, let's look at all of these. Okay, wow, these are faulty. Okay, first the invisible bogey is faulty. Let's see why. Unable to load the mesh file, invisible bogey shadow, invisible bogey shadow.pm. Oh, that one's pretty easy to fix. Okay, let's see. To fix a mesh where it says a PM file failed to load, just open it in Explorer and then go to, where did I put it? Should be somewhere on the desktop. Did I forget to download it? Oh, here we go. PepSoft PM to IM. Okay, where is the file in question? Actually, both of them are. Okay, this is faulty. Okay, copy. And then paste that in the folder. Alright, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I usually select replace PM with IM. You're not gonna really need the PM file anymore anyway. Sometimes the firewall tries to block content from Trainz from operating because it thinks it's unsafe for the computer, and I keep having to tell it to allow it to function before I can let it do anything. Okay, after opening the mesh file, just click convert, and it replaced the PM file with an IM file that the game can now load. Then just copy that, put it back here, and then go to the config file. Let's see, where is it? It doesn't even have a mesh container. This is so frustrating. Okay, let me see. Yeah, it doesn't appear to have a mesh container either. That's probably going to be an error. Alright, let's see what happens if I submit it. Okay, now why is it faulty? Okay, so, man, I hate when they do this, because when there's no mesh container, it means it has to be typed out by hand. Okay, so let me see. Maybe I can use another mesh file for a reference. Because I can never remember how to type a mesh file without actually looking at one. Please tell me this one has a mesh file. Oh man, none of these have a mesh reference in their config file. Okay, let me see. New content window. Just gotta look for anything that has a mesh container. So I can use that to figure out how to type it. Okay, so mesh, default, mesh, and then the name of the mesh, auto create, and then, okay. Okay, let me just copy this. Okay, and then go to the other thing I'm trying to edit. What was it? Okay, config file. Okay, now it finally has a mesh container, and now I just have to change this to the name of the mesh that's in the folder. It's called Invisibogie. Okay, so that should make it not faulty anymore. I hope this doesn't trigger any more errors. Oh great, now why is it faulty? Unable to load mesh file invisibogie.im. Oh great. Man, if it's saying the IM file doesn't load, then the only person that can fix that is the original creator. Let me see, maybe I just didn't type the name correctly. I'm going to copy the entire name. Now see what happens. I swear if it says it couldn't load the mesh. Okay, it looks like it's no longer faulty. Let's see if there's anything else that's faulty on this locomotive. Let's see. Faulty dependencies. Ugh, the wheels are faulty. And the interior. And the engine? Is that the engine spec? Ugh. Okay, let's see. Let's start with the driver. Have you ever... The tag direct drive is not permitted within a container of type bogie. Alright, that sounds simple enough. I just gotta delete where it says direct drive. Okay, where is it? Alright, delete that and it should work. Hopefully. I hope there aren't any more errors. Okay, it's no longer faulty. Not fixed it. Now what's this? Why is this faulty? The tag EP brakes is not permitted within a container of type steam engine. Okay. EP brake. Okay. That means I just have to delete where it says EP brakes. Okay, where's that? Okay, so delete that. And it shouldn't be faulty anymore. It will probably still trigger warnings, but you can usually ignore those. Okay. Okay, now the interior is faulty. Why is that? The tag attachment is not permitted within a container of type interior. Alright, at least it's not faulty for something complicated. Okay, I just have to delete where it said, what was it? What was I supposed to delete? Okay, oh, attachment. Why would you even type it if you're gonna leave it blank? Ugh, whatever. Okay, that's not faulty anymore. Now let's see if any of the locomotives. Okay, the locomotives don't appear to be faulty. Oh wait, the tenders are faulty now. Why are the tenders faulty? Tender? The tender has an interior? That's new. So far I haven't downloaded any tenders with an interior. Okay, the tag attachment is not permitted within the container of type interior. Alright, just delete where it says attachment then. Okay, here we go. Just delete that and it should not be faulty anymore. Okay, so the interior for the tenders no longer faulty. Hopefully the tenders will work now. Okay, the tenders are no longer faulty. Let's take a look at one of the locomotives and see if it's working. Okay, it now shows up. I hope the steam's coming out of the right location, because I've been having issues with some of the steam locomotives in my game where the smoke is like slightly to the right of the locomotive. So far it looks okay for this one though. RGS number 20. Okay. Oh, one of the tenders is still faulty. Oh, why is that? The tag size in container load coal is not a valid integer value. The tag size in container load water is not a valid integer value. Unable to load primary image RGS 20 tender body hatch water.tga for texture file RGS 20. Oh, great. It's one of these. Show an explorer. Okay, it's probably in the body file. What was I looking for? The hatch? I don't remember what the error was. It was such a long one. I gotta look at it again. Okay, unable to load primary image and tender body hatch water.tga. Tender body hatch water. Oh, there isn't even a water file. Okay, well I guess I had to make one from scratch. The easiest way to do this, we already know the texture is supposed to be of water, so just go to Google Images and type water. Should be able to find a picture of water, and that's a pretty common thing. I just need to find. This one looks like a nice picture. It's nice and high detailed. Just right click it on it and save and click save image as, and I'll just call it water to be simple. Okay, now let's see, go to downloads where I downloaded it. Alright, right click on it and click copy, and then just paste it here. Now I have to right click on it, open with paint, and I have to resize it so it's a power of 2. So 1024 by I don't know, 1024, I guess. Okay, now it's a nice water texture. Okay. Now I'll tell this one to use a .jpg file instead of a TGA file. And that should fix the water texture issue. Hopefully. Okay, where am I? Okay. Okay, the tag size and container load coal is not a valid integer value. The tag size and container load water is not a valid integer value. I'm not really familiar with this because I don't fix a lot of steam locomotives, but I can probably figure something out. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh yeah, if you click preview asset and the thing is faulty, it's not going to load at all. Okay, show in Explorer. Okay, edit the config file, and then look for, these are the meshes. Queues. Okay, here we go. Load call, size. Oh yeah, it's probably not a valid, okay, it probably can't be a decimal point. Usually decimal points aren't allowed in this. So if I get rid of all the numbers behind the decimal point, it'll probably work. Alright. I think that might have fixed it. Oh man, it's still faulty. Oh no, there's a lot more other errors now. Okay. Yeah, sometimes when you fix something, it becomes even more faulty, and then you have to fix all of those errors. My goodness, I'm going to be up all night trying to fix these errors. Let's see. Tag origin in the container train car is obsolete. Alright, that's simple enough. You'll just have to tackle each error one at a time until they're all fixed. Okay, where is it? Origin, where's that? Oh yeah, they don't call it origin anymore. Now they call it category region. And they don't call it USA anymore, they just call it US. Okay, that solves that problem. Okay, why else is it faulty? The tag name in the container train car is obsolete. Yeah, they don't call it name anymore, they call it username. Ugh, I don't understand why this has to make it faulty though. Like, my goodness, that feels like something that's trivial enough that they can let slide. Why is there a space behind the word Tinder? That's weird. Okay. Alright. Oh. Okay, now why else is it faulty? Ugh, the tag bogey is not permitted within a container type train car. Eh? Now what is this? Oh, does it have a container for bogies? It does not. Okay. I'm not really sure how to write a container for bogies though, because I haven't done that before. Okay, however, if I look at how they're set up on any other train car, that should help. I have some faulty via rail content. Ugh, my goodness. Is this a paint shed object or something? I'll worry about that later. Okay, right now I'm focusing on this. I need any type of train car that has at least 1 or 2 bogies on it. Let me see. Ugh, come on now. Oh, I'm still under the category faulty. Okay, this train car definitely has bogies on it, so let's look at that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it has a bogie container. Cues, thumbnails. Oh, it doesn't. That's weird. Well, how come this one doesn't have a bogie container and it's not faulty, but this one doesn't have a bogie container and it is faulty? What is the pattern here? Alright, let me try this. This one probably has a bogie container. Oh yeah, here we go, bogies. Copy. Okay, so let me go back here. Alright, now I'm gonna create a bogie container. Okay, so this is bogie 0. It doesn't specify whether or not they're supposed to be reversed, so I'll just assume they're all supposed to be forward for now. Okay, now delete the first line. My goodness, this is a lot of work. Okay, now I'm gonna create one for the second bogie. Okay, boogie. Okay, where is it? This one? If the bogey isn't reversed, you put a 0 for no. If it is reversed, you put a 1 for yes. Okay, so... And of course you need this bracket to close it, so that the config file understands that that's the end of that one. And then you need another one to start the next one, so it knows you're starting a new one. Okay, so... These are also numbered. The first bogey is 0, and then you have 1 and 2. Ugh. Thankfully, this is the last bogey I have to do this to. Oh yeah, I forgot to delete this line so I don't get confused. Okay, this is the second bogey. I'm guessing creating objects was a lot simpler back then. I didn't have quite as many rules. Okay, now that's the end of the bogey container. Now I can remove this. Okay. Oops. Oh, delete that too. Where is it? Oh, here we go. The tender. Alright, why else is it faulty? Ugh, man, there's so many errors on this thing. Tag icon 0 in the container, train car is obsolete. Yeah, because in Trainz 2004, they used to have these icons that would show up to let you know what the train cars were compatible with. For example, whether or not they were compatible with an industry. You would see a green check mark with the word IND to indicate that. But trains don't do that anymore in the newer versions of the game, so any train that uses this is obsolete. I don't understand why they don't just program the game so that if a train has one of these icons, just ignore it, rather than forcing the creator to have to actually go into the script and remove it manually. Where is it actually? It's usually in the train car container. Okay, let's see. Quid, kind, category, region, username, company, mass, engine, engine spec, interior, script, class, mesh, shadow, load, water, water hatch, queues, load water, icon 0. Here we go. Get rid of that. Alright, description. Okay. Any more errors? What else is it faulty for? Tag category region 0 in the container train car is obsolete. While we're at it, category error 0, error 1, error 2, error 3, and error 4 are also obsolete. Ugh. Why? Okay, let's see. Region 0, error 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all obsolete. Oh yeah, because in the category error system is different. First, okay, you did what you're supposed to do is type category hyphen error. Okay, where is it? And then you just add all of the errors manually. 1910s, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, let's see. And it has to be in quotes. They're separated by whatever the heck this is called. I can't remember the name of it right now. Oops. Okay, that solves the category error issue. Now you gotta delete the original ones. Oh yeah. Man, how many more errors does this thing have? My goodness, this thing must want me to be awake all night fixing it. Let's see, the tag, whatever the heck that is not permitted within the container type of bogies. Tag 1, not permitted in container type bogies. What? The tag reverse is not permitted with a container type train car. Wait, what? Did I type the bogie container incorrectly? Because those seem related to the bogie container I tried to make. Well, they're not spaced correctly, that's for sure. Wonder why that happened. Part of me wants to try deleting the bogie container and see what will happen. Let's see. Hold on. Isn't that how it was typed in the other one? Let's see. Ugh. Let's see. It says. Well, I mean, that's how it was typed in the bogie container in this one, but it's not faulty, so I don't know what I did differently. Let me see. Let me look for a locomotive that has more than one bogie. That should help me out here. Okay. Most steam locomotives have more than one bogie, so I should be able to use one of these as a reference. Okay, show in Explorer. Let's take a look at the bogie file for this one. Thumbnails, bogies. Here we go. This should help me drop some kind of a pattern. Okay, let's see. Oh. This also doesn't have a closing mark. Okay, so bogies. 0 should be this one. Okay, the one under 1 should be this one. Right. And then there needs to be a second one. Okay, 0. Okay, 0. And then 1. And then 2. Okay, and then it would say pretty sure that's exactly the way I typed it though. Okay, so this is bogie number 2. After that I'm going to delete what I typed earlier. And of course, this bracket to let you know that that's the end of that. Okay. Alright, and then just delete this. Alright. Hopefully that solves that problem. Alright, why is it faulty now? The tag 0 is not permitted within the container type of train car. Required container thumbnail is missing. Oh, great. Is that really necessary? Okay, let's see. It doesn't even have a thumbnail. That's the problem. Okay, container 0. Can't be this. Oh, it's probably this. Okay, now I need a thumbnail container. Alright. Oops, I spelled it wrong. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Okay. 0. I can't remember how to write a thumbnails container. I gotta look at another one for reference. Okay, let's just use this one. Okay, so please tell me this one has a thumbnail container. It doesn't? Well, how in the world does it have a thumbnail then? That's weird. Alright. Let's look for something else that has a thumbnail. Try this one. This one definitely has one. Or not. Shoot. Well, let's use something I created, because I know everything I created has a thumbnail. Yeah, let's see. Okay, the engine sound I made for the E231 series. Okay, here's a thumbnail container. Just copy this. But it doesn't end there. Where am I? Okay, now change 256 to 240. Now I just need to find a RGS number 20 picture. Oops. RGS number 20. Alright, now save image as RGS20. That's a good name. It'll be easy for me to find it that way. Okay, so change the name of the picture to RGS20. There we go. That solves the no image problem for now. Just exit out of that. I don't need that anymore. And exit out of that too. Okay, now go to the downloads. Look for the file that I just downloaded. Okay, where is it? Oh, here we go. Now I gotta resize it. Ugh, is it not faulty yet? Ah, finally, it's not faulty. My goodness, that took me how long? Where's the water located? Oh, there it is. You can actually see it inside the tender. Well, let's test these in the game to see if they work. I was not expecting it to take that long to fix it. Anyway, let's see. Alright, I don't need that locomotive out there anymore. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, RGS number 20. Oh, it's a narrow gauge locomotive. My bad. I need to find a narrow gauge track to put it on. I don't think that's narrow gauge. Where is a narrow gauge track? I can't. I know I downloaded some. Oh, here's a 36 inch. I don't know if it's 36 or 42 though. Let me see. Okay, it looks like it's 36 inch. Looks like it has idling sounds. Well, let's test it in driver. Man, that's interesting. The headlight has an actual mesh. Let's see what the interior looks like. Wow, this looks really cramped. Apparently a tender has an interior too. They're just overhead views of it. Still pretty interesting, because a lot of people that I've downloaded tenders from don't actually go through the trouble of giving it an interior. So that's pretty interesting. This view, I guess, allows you to look at the train from behind. Okay, what in the world? Looks like the driver's a little bit too big for the locomotive. He's sticking out of it. That's odd. TGV duplex has derailed. Oh yes, I forgot about that. I was using this portal to test TGV trains, and some of them do derail when coming out of the portal. It's really annoying, and there appears to be nothing I can do about it. I still don't know to this day what causes it. It only happens to one of the TGV duplex consoles that I have. But at least I solved one mystery. I solved the mystery of why the Shinkansen trains weren't working in this game. And I was able to get a very faulty locomotive to work in this game. Well, it's getting kind of late and I'm getting kind of tired, so I'm going to stop for now. I'll probably live stream again tomorrow night. So, goodbye for now.